Excellent. If anyone give yourself a round of applause, yes, be proud of that. You can be proud, which, that's great. And then everyone's name is going to be going in this Rookies Rule box. And rookies are rad. So that's awesome. So great job, everyone, on your first quiz. So next week, we'll find out how quiz 2, how it went. And we'll be grading those throughout the week. So, as I mentioned, we just wanted to touch base with you all. Obviously, you're still in your year of training, and we want to make sure that we revisit some of the expectations that we talked about on Monday during Ambassador meeting time. Related to, essentially, tour. We want you all to be set up for success and know what the expectations are. You all know what they are, but I think it's always good for us to revisit those. So we'll go ahead and do that now. One of the first things that we wanted to talk about is tour time. What time are you all supposed to be there? You all know that you sign up for a 10 a.m. or a 1 p.m. Monday through Friday. So what does that mean? What time should you be there? Huh? So right, so what time?
10 to 10 minutes before.
I know. I was like, this is not a difficult question.
Daniela, I heard you talk about it, so go ahead.
10 to 10 minutes before.
Yes, so if you are Monday at 10 a.m., you should be inside the ambassador office by 10 a.m. So you should be grabbing your mic. If you're on your phone right now, please get off. Thank you. So making sure that you are there by 10 a.m., you have your mic, and you're almost on your way out to go to the enrollment services procedure. Some of you may be coming from class, which we understand. Maybe it's over in arts and letters, but you should be walking fast so you're able to meet with the rest of the group. Some of the days right now we realize that are not very big. For example, today there was 8. But it's really important that we're always ready to go. You're out there with a smile, you're excited to go out on tour. We've been receiving some feedback, not only just rookies, but experienced ambassadors. So this is not just, some of you all in this room, but that we've been hearing things, well, I have something to do at this time. Or, I don't want to go out on tour today. That's not acceptable. You all are tour guides. You signed up to be an ambassador. Part of your title is orientation leader, tour guide, student representative, right? So you're going to be giving tours. You should be expecting to give tours every day. Starting in March, we're going to really be kicking things into gear. We're going to have a term that we don't like to use, but we do use, it stays in this room, is mega tours. The reason why we don't like using mega tours is it just further perpetuates that this is a large university. Right? And what we try to do is for this university to feel as small and intimate as possible. That's why we have you all go out with groups of 8 to 10 tour participants, right? So that's another piece that we want you all to get comfortable with the tour script. I think some of you are still nervous, which is perfectly okay. We understand that nervousness is still there, but we want you all to continue to practice, because the more you go out, the more comfortable you're going to get with the tour script, the more your tour is going to get better. So, it's all about that practice, right? So, any questions on those couple things that I've gone over? No? Okay. You want to talk about the microphone?
Yeah, it's just some logistical things. Make sure that you always wear your mic. Whether you know that there's 2 people, it's also just about the look and making sure that we look professional. Because we want, for staff or administrators, they recognize that red polo, but if you have your mic on, you're there, they're going to know that you're ready to go. And, you are the SDSU represent. SDSU ambassadors, you mean something on campus, if you know what I mean. So just, make sure that you wear that. Even if there's only 2 people, you never know. Some people may be coming late. For example, they're driving down, or they got caught up on their tour previously at a different university and come late. So you just want to make sure that you're ready to go. Or anything could come up during that time. Also, when you go outside, as we mentioned on Monday, whether it's you, maybe take the initiative, or someone else, to go in there, count, and then someone should be staying in there until the end of the presentation to make that smooth transition. So think about it from a, you are the host, a customer service perspective. You know, you want to be welcoming, so that just adds value to it. Whether you think it or not, it makes a huge difference. You know, and we can see that in our evaluations when they were great, they were welcoming, or if you don't do something, they will definitely point it out. Trust me, they will point it out. Luckily, it hasn't been much, but people will notice. So little things like that do make a difference. Divide groups evenly, again, whether that's you or someone else taking initiative to divide the groups. What we've noticed is that, I know a lot of people do it differently, but if you usually take out everyone outside all together to the front of the PSC, then someone will start dividing, like, you're gonna have this group right here, step over here, and then so on and so on and so on. That just, you know, helps and make things go a lot smoother. And then after that, waiting 15 minutes after that 1:15 or 10:15 time. Like I said, people could be running late, and we want to make sure that we accommodate them. And there's no need to make them feel like you're late, you know, there's not enough time. It's like, well, welcome, you know, I'll be happy to take you out. Even if it's a quick little loop tour, if you just take them down Campanile, that's fine. You can still talk about the other places and direct them there if they want to take a tour on their own. That's perfectly fine, but never ever make them feel like you're late, like we're not going to get a lot done. You know what I'm saying? We definitely do not want that to happen. So.
Yeah, and you know, if they do get there by like the 30-minute mark, so like by 10:30 or 1:30, that's still enough time for you all to give a full campus tour. So, you know, just making sure that you're aware that if you do need to give that loop tour, because maybe you have class, or that's usually for maybe like if you're doing a PSC tour where there's only an hour, you know, just kind of gauge that as these situations happen. We did actually have this week and last week we had folks that didn't make it to the presentation, but they made it there by the 10:30 or 1:30 o'clock, and you know, there was an ambassador there. You all were still there, and they were given a tour. So it's part of that customer service, as Eunice was talking about. You are the hostesses of the university, the host of the university. So it's all about that customer service and making them feel like they matter here on our campus when they come and do the tour. So does all that make sense? I know we're throwing a lot at you, but it shouldn't be new. We're just revisiting expectations that we talked about in the fall and kind of moving forward. Because next year, you're going to be our experience ambassadors, right? You're going to be here with us for a couple of years. And we want to make sure that you all are being role models to those rookies. And again, I want to reiterate that we're not just focusing on you all as rookies. We know that experienced ambassadors are doing this as well, and maybe not being the best role models that they should be, but you know, it's we want to make sure that you're being trained to be the best that you can.
Yes, show them the way. If they're doing something, you know, take the initiative to say, hey, you know what? It's actually what Frankie and Eunice mentioned in training, like, like step up, don't be afraid. And if there's an issue, come and talk to us. Like, our doors are always open. And then just a few things, not too much, but some exciting events are coming up. As you know, Pre-Explore and Explore are big tours because students are being accepted. So all that's coming up. So momentum is going and going. So be excited for that. And if you really just do not you have something, a test, or you're just not feeling well, then get your tour covered. Remember that you can get at least 2 tours covered. Obviously, we don't want you to do that, but your excuse for not wanting to go out on tours because you just don't want to, or you have something going on. Remember that you scheduled this time intentionally around your schedule so you can be there. So just a reminder. And again, I can't stress enough, it's all AMBOs. Sometimes you just don't want to go. I really don't understand why when you signed up to be an ambassador, and that's what you should be doing. So that gets me a little confused. So just think about that. If you really do not feel like it for some reason, come and talk to us. Maybe there's something going on. We can help and support you in any way. But just want to make sure that you all know that we're here for you. And besides that, you guys are doing awesome. I mean, these grades are doing way better than I did. I have my rookie binder and all my scores. I was like, I don't know that I did as well as you guys did.
I'm sure we could find those scores for you.
I have them. My elders actually, so. Other than that, that's it.
Cool. So any questions? I know I saw a hand up. Just wanted to make sure that if there were any questions, we got them. No? Okay. Cool. Well, thank you everyone. Keep on doing a great job, and we'll go ahead and turn it over to Heather to start with our training session today.
All right. So